this call. All right. So yeah. So good evening, everyone. So a warm welcome to everyone for joining this session, and good morning to Rob. So Rob, take it away from here.
Hello, everyone. Let's see. So Remix has released some beta features in beta now, and that we're in the middle of beta testing. And I put a link in the Telegram to join the beta test. So I'll just be demoing some of the features, uh, and if you know have any questions, just interrupt me. Um, and let's see. Uh, okay, so I guess I'm going to share my screen. So, is it sharing?
Yep.
Okay. So, in this beta features, there's cloud storage, new MCP integrations like ENS and subgraphs and OpenZeppelin, and there's chat history and a front-end builder that we call QuickDApp, and the revamped deploy and run and debugger. So let's see. Yeah, actually, you know what? I want to jump right over into Remix. So so when you come to Remix here, I'm gonna actually log out. Um, and so right now, you can see there are two like sign-in buttons. This one is for just signing into GitHub, you know, where you can also do the get and clone and stuff. And this is the sign in to the beta. And so with sign in, there's user accounts. But as you can see, actually just sign out. You can sign in a bunch of different ways. Anyway, and so okay, so I'm not sure like if you are all regular Remix users or not, but just so you know, I'll probably kind of go through some basic stuff that's in Remix anyway. Like here's the menu for selecting workspaces. So like if I select like this workspace, it would change the what's the workspace over here. And then if I want to make a new workspace, I would click that. Um, anyway, so here's the first new feature is cloud storage. So if I turn on cloud storage, then I'm saving not in the browser, but I'm saving in the cloud. And right now I have a bunch of cloud storage workspaces. So I had migrated those by going over here to migrate my normal workspaces to the cloud workspaces. Um, so, okay, so anyway, that's loading those ones. And, you know, so the rest of the normal part of Remix is the same, except now like you can compile here, but you can also compile now in deploy and run because we've updated deploy and run. So you can compile it here. We have these little promos for different parts of the DApp now. And there used to be this part Remix called, deploy and run called @address, where you could access a deployed contract by having the source code or the ABI. But now we've renamed it to add contract because it's really more descriptive of what's going on. So then you just put the contract there, and then you could pull it in as long as you have to connect to the correct chain at the top of the in the environment. And here the difference is like there's these two select boxes here. One's the kind of master one. So if you select browser extension, then you select over here, you know, what's the browser extension, and there's some presets there. So like right now I'm connected to Sepolia, and if I I can change that, of course, in MetaMask or whatever browser wallet I'm using. And the connected network appears up here. Okay, so let's go back. Oh yeah, so the AI assistant here, like there's a bunch of new features here. Well, the whole thing is kind of new, but it's important to set the context. So the AI chat is going to read through your workspace. So if you change workspaces, you're going to be changing the context on the AI assistant. But to change the context, like more explicitly, you'd create a new chat. And when you create a new chat, and this is how it usually starts to appear, like when you um, log in, you'll have these things we call conversation starters. Um, and they can start you, but and basically, like one way to make a new workspace is with a new with new contracts in it would be to create a new workspace and generate it with AI. And let's see, um, like a write an escrow contract um, that can accept value in a low level call uh, and put the contract in the contracts folder. Something like that. So you could also write it in here, but you have to put the /generate to make the new workspace. You can see like what you typed in here. This is the response. So that's going to be spinning around for a minute. Here, let's see. While it's spinning around, I think we can maximize the AI panel. So if you don't want to see the code or anything else, although you can put the code over here. This is the left panel. This is now in the right panel. If you click these again, like this, the File Explorer or any current left side plugin will go away. Also, people don't really usually see these ones. These are turning off and on the panels. So like if, I don't know, like we have this up and we can toggle off the left panel, we can toggle off the right side panel. Oops. Toggling off the right side panel, got rid of the AI. Oh no, it's back over here. So let's make it go back in the middle again. And also, right now we're using Claude Sonnet. And if this takes too long for whatever reason, well, here's the choices in this beta. You have there are these choices. You can also run Olama, which you can run locally on your machine or run in the cloud, so it's a kind of private LLM. Here, now it's compiling. Let's see, it's generating a new workspace. And if you wanted to stop it because it's taking too long, then you click this red button here, the stop button. And it's making me look bad. It's taking too long. Anyway, let's see. Okay, here we did it. Okay, so here's the contract. Now we're going to add another contract, like add an ERC20 contract to the current workspace. Oops. Right now it's flopped back to in the new workspace. This switched back to Mistral, which is the default one, which looks like that's a little bug that we have to take care of. So I'm going to switch it back to Sonnet. and then I'm gonna make that one. Well, let's see. Okay, so it's going to be adding that, but in the, oh yeah, I want to allow it because it's giving it or making it allow in this project, and we're going to accept it. So anyway, so we have two contracts here. Is this one not compiling correctly? What's going on? Um, uh, yes, I'm not sure what's going on here, but looks like there's some kind of problem. Um, so we can ask Remix AI.
Mhm.
Oh, it looks like there's a new version um, of Open Zeppelin for this. So I guess I'm not going to fix this now, but I am going to take a screenshot for later. Okay, so, oh yeah, fix this line, remove this line, replace with this. Okay. Last, can you update the code? Um, okay, well, it's spinning away. And while it's spinning away, oh, here it goes. Okay, I'll accept that. And then we'll try compiling it again. Looks like compilation worked. Good. Um, let's see. So we've so some people just to kind of go over these things at the top. Oh yeah. So let's see the chat history. Here's the chat history, and each time you change chat history, of course, it changes the context. And go back to the chat. Um, that's starting a new chat. We can. These are the buttons to move it to different sides of Remix, but I want to move it back to where it was. And again, that's the maximized one. Uh, and those are the little bug things. I'm not sure why I'm not just clicking don't show this again, but at the moment I'm not. Okay, let's go back to the slideshow part. Okay, I think we've gone over these. We've gone over the LLM choice. The MCPs are interesting. So here, just a minute. Um, Here, like we could go like, whoops. We could say run a slither analysis on the current contract. Um, what? Um, Run a slither analysis on escrow.sol. Well, that's interesting. Um, see, time to make some bug reports. Um, let's see. Maybe it's because could it be just because it's not okay, so let's see. We're going to go to show the connected MCPs. Maybe I'll get back to this in a minute. But when you're in the settings panel, which is accessed up here, and you see the MCP servers, um, you can see what's connected. Um, and so the Slither functionality is done through the Remix IDE server, MCP. So let's like, but you can do kind of other checks like even like this one, which is what are the 10 most recent NFTs to transfer on mainnet. So I believe this is querying Alchemy. Here, we can make it look in the full view here. And then, you know, or the graph to query subgraph. So this query is about a Uniswap V3 subgraph. So the idea is to like to make Remix, you know, more like a tool where it's you know, all the AI is set up for Web3 and connected servers are connected to other Web3 servers. I mean, Web3 MCP servers and APIs. And the skills are going to be the AI skills are going to be more than just Web3. So like we're setting up Remix skills so that they can use a lot of real world examples like healthcare regulations or you know other domain specific skills that are going to be accessible, and some of them currently are accessible in from our MCP server and skills library. Okay, so let's minimize this. Um, and I have this let's run this experiment to see if we go here and we like say put the ballot contract up here. We make a new chat and we say run a slither analysis on the ballot contract. Probably better to compile it first, but let's see what happens. Okay, so it's seeing it here. Maybe there's some issue with not seeing it in the cloud, but that is going to be a quick thing to fix. Okay, and let's go back to the chat, the slide deck. Yeah, we've done that. Oh yeah, and you can run commands inside. So here, um, let's do that one. Okay. So make a ERC20 token that can have up to 10 token holders. So kind of specific ERC20. Actually, I didn't need to make this contract here, I could have just used one of the current ones, but it's all right. Okay, so accept all. Compile the contract. So now it's compiled it, it found an error. Finding a lot of errors today. I click ask Remix AI about this error. It's gonna rewrite it. Um, contract. I can't debug while I'm giving a presentation. Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Okay, let's compile again. Okay, now it did it. Got me nervous there for a minute. Okay, so oh yeah, so I compiled it by the AI command, by the AI prompt, and then we could say deploy it to the Remix VM. And so basically, you can run a lot of commands through here. Um, of course, sometimes clicking is a lot faster, but anyway, and going back into deploy and run, well, let's kind of go through how deploy and run is working right now. So we copy the address. This is the constructor for this, the limited token, and we're going to deploy it to the Remix VM. Oh, it was deployed, so maybe that was. Okay. I guess I'm not sure what it did for how it deployed it, but so we have limited token. We open it up. We see all the functions. And we choose one, and then you can, put we're going to mint some, and we're going to do like, so right now I've input 24E18. So the E is going to be, to make it 10 to the 18th, an exponential notation. So I don't have to put 18 zeros. It's a good little shortcut. And so now, so that's done. So then if I put the address of this account, it's 24 with 18 zeros over here. This is the transaction recorder, which was always there. It was kind of hidden, but it shows like it shows the transactions that happened, and you can see them here, and then you can get them in a when you click save, it'll open them up in a JSON file, and then you can update the transactions so that you can run them in a different context. So that's the big changes of this. But here, let's look at the debugger, because the debugger's changed quite a bit. So we're in this debug session. So now it's covering both the left panel, a wider left panel, and in the bottom panel. And so we can, let's see, stack in memory. Here's the stack in memory, and we can step through them by going over here. So you can step through the opcodes, or if you don't want the opcodes and you want the stack calls, you can step through there. Anyway, so it's a bit has more has more space, and if you click on the AI panel, you can also interact between the AI assistant and the debugger. So it should make debugging a lot easier. What else should we talk about? Let's talk also about, let's go back to the, so we've done some prompt examples, and we've done the generate workspace, we've done that. We haven't created a DApp. And so when we're back to, so going back to the file explorer, and we can actually go to, there's a couple of different ways of creating the DApp. So right now we're in this showing the transaction record, but we want to minimize that so we can see the contract. And this is the contract we're going to play with. And we can click create a DApp here. You could also click this one. They're going to do the same thing. This is accessed from the kebab menu over here. So this is like looking for some design requirements. Make it mostly blue. And it's going to create a new workspace here. While it's doing that, I have this other one because right now, QuickDApp makes a new workspace for the front-end code. So to flip between the front-end code and the back-end code in the File Explorer, you have to like go to the contract code, and if you want to go to the front-end code from the contract code, you click that, or you could go up here to select it. But I also like when you start to create the DApp. Oh, there is a button that you can click. I think I blew by it, where you can create a base mini app, and that's what I did here. And so you can create the base mini. So I started. I input the. Let's see. I put I put the base code over here from when I logged into base, and by Bob. And so when you go save and next, and then this thing is called Fred token. Wow, at this screen resolution, it looks a little squashed. A little smaller, this part will pop below. Well, looks like there's something going on with the IPFS server. But ideally, maybe we can get it done over here. So here's the preview of the DApp. Right now, it's just on the Remix VM. So maybe that's why. Maybe I'm not connected to the right environment on the other one. But this is just kind of like a placeholder, and you can see what you have. You can connect the wallet, but it's a bit limited because it's only on the Remix VM chain. So if we deploy it to like a real network. But first we have to go back over here to go to the contracts, select this, and deploy it to a real chain or to, wait a minute. And we're going to deploy it with the initial address being, oh, what's going on here? We're not on the right chain. Okay, we're on the right chain. We're going to give it to this address. We're going to deploy it. We're going to confirm the transaction. By the way, there's automatic contract verification here, and it'll say it's gonna be because I put my Etherscan API key. It'll be should be verified on Etherscan and Sourcify and BlockScout and or oh, I guess I didn't put my Etherscan key in, but it would be if I put my Etherscan key, it would just automatically gets verified there. You put the Etherscan key either in the contract verification plugin in the settings tab over here. And then you put the key over here. You could also put it in the settings panel. Let's go back to here. So I've been rattling through a lot of stuff. Anyone have any questions or anything? But I can keep rattling away. Okay, so we've deployed it to, where's the dApp? Here's the token, limited token, and then we've deployed it to Sepolia, and we're going to make the dApp. Make it Dayglow. Make it mango colored. Let's see if it can figure that out. Seems to be moving quickly. Let's see. So I was trying to show, oh yeah, so this was, I was going between the base app to get the code to make this into a base mini app. I think maybe it needs to be, it could have been because this got sent back there. So I go here. Oh, let's try this again. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it might. No, okay. Okay, well anyway, that's spinning. You can set the, you can deploy the front end of the code to IPFS and then name it with the ENS subdomain of Remix. And then, and you can also register it as a base mini app, so it gets some visibility. It's never fun watching a spinner spin, so let's go back over here. This is still that stuff. Yeah, just you can, here, I'll send you the app once it's finished being generated. We've gone through the debugger. We've gone through the login system. Let's see where it's spinning, if it's spinning. Okay. I believe it is this one. So let's get rid of this part because I don't think we need it, or maybe we do. Okay, we're going to deploy it to IPFS now. Let's. Ah. Okay, well, looks like there's some kind of problem. Let's try that one more time, and then I'm gonna stop. Uh, okay. So I've gone through the chat history, um, and we've tried to go through QuickTap, but there seems to be some problems with it today. Um, and in this article, I go through some sample stuff to check out in the beta, which is kind of what I did today. I've kind of gone through most of that. The MCP functionality, the cloud storage, and building the front end. Now the beta, I'm not going to. I'll just kind of quickly go through that. This is not the Remix desktop is released. It's been released for about, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months now, uh, and you can get the link to it off the Remix Home tab. And the cool thing about it is it can work when it works off your computer. You can work when you're offline. In this situation, like you can tell if the person's online. You're opening a folder, so you can have each folder is a separate instance of Remix, just like VS Code. So you can run, and you have access to your native terminal, as opposed to the Remix Online, which is, uh, sandboxed away from your computer because it's in the browser. But so it means you can run Docker containers and do everything locally too. So it also means that you can do some interesting work with Foundry and Remix. Oops. Yeah, so that's you just download the compilers. So the Solidity compiler looks a little bit differently once you download everything. That's when you're offline. And Remix Desktop is going to be more integrated with these beta features in probably within a month. Yeah, also you can mix Remix with VS Code because they're accessing the same file on your computer. So if you update one, the other one will update. So it makes working with other IDEs or other coding tools, or just like going between Hardhat or Foundry and Remix very easy. And you can also use a browser wallet. Here, that's the Remix desktop link if you want to get that. Okay. And just a little tidbit, you can run free functions in Remix. If you didn't know that, you can. They're just, this is a free function, just a function like this one up here that's outside a contract. So you can just right click on that in the editor and run it. Okay. That is the presentation, but yeah, we couldn't deploy that to IPFS for some unknown reason. And okay.
Oh,
Here,
wow.
I can't hear you. Maybe I'll stop the share.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Am
Oh,
I still sharing?
not now, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think actually just tried it myself. I'm not a dev, but just playing around. I think saw some comments trying to build a ETH meme coin out of it, just playing around. And yeah. So first of all, any questions from the floor? I have some, but I just leave it to the floor first.
Hi, no questions, but it's quite impressive. So I tried to write a dispersed contract and let it compile, and yeah, it worked.
Oh, good. And do you think you would use it with like the AI in the just using the AI in the right panel, or would
Yeah,
you expand
I
it so that it's covering
I
the?
I extend it. I just briefly uh just scan through the code and yeah, and saw like there's comment as well as uh yeah, but I'm not sure like what's the coverage in terms of the code quality. But I just said like this is how I want it to do, and it came out a code with a skeleton. Yeah.
It I believe it should be compiling it before it returns it, just to make sure it's returning something that will should work. I've gone down some, like with any AI project, sometimes you go down, it gives you a bad suggestion, and you gotta go, and it starts giving you lots of ways to update the code,
Yeah.
and sometimes it takes you down the wrong pathway. But often that's a problem of the context. So, if you make a new conversation, that often clears it up, or making sure that you're in the right workspace. Because if you're like are asking it, if your workspace is very full of a big variety of files, maybe it gets some bad clues of what you're interested in based on what's in your workspace. So having like clear intentions on your workspace can also help with what gets returned.
Okay. Yeah, but interesting. I guess this uh lowers down the barrier of entry. Folks uh don't really need to be uh have like a learning curve to start with learning Solidity, and then yeah, they just let them know what kind of things that they want to achieve. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the conversation starters are for, just to start, getting people to start playing around with Web3, or if you're not, um, a developer, like where do you start? Um, but also, I think we're doing this boot camp in mid June,
No?
uh, and we're going to be doing it with. So it's we had done some projects called Zero to DApp, where we built a DApp in a day with like with ENS, Uniswap, um, of course, I'm forgetting Chainlink, and we're gonna be doing a kind of version of that, but with real world use cases. So one of the use cases is like protection of your healthcare data, or another use case could be like data like pumps in a farmer's fields, um, or parametric insurance, something like that. So that something like that would contain an Oracle, that would have some AI part of a piece of it, something that has some naming, something that could involve some kind of exchange, but not like a DeFi project. So everyone's going to be, all the five or so teams are going to be presenting um, how to use, like Chainlink, for example, like how would you use Chainlink with a temperature oracle, um, or everyone. Also, the Graph will be presenting too about their new database AMP, which is like a kind of native Web3 database mixing off-chain and on-chain data for faster reads. So and it should be interesting because we're going to be also enabling these projects inside of Remix, and probably expanding how Remix has, the Remix interfaces for these other projects. So it should be pretty cool. Um, and the idea is that you don't have to be a programmer to do this.
Cool, cool.
Thanks, Rob.
So when that announces, I'll drop the invitation to that in the chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have one question. So like, say someone wants to just try it out, like write a first smart contract, right? Usually they'll just vibe code it and they'll just like maybe do a quick search on Claude, and then Claude is probably going to, or like ChatGPT is going to prompt them to like you have to study Solidity, you have to test out a framework, um maybe something like a hard hat or Foundry and all that, and then they might like like so I'm just curious like for Remix, so like how can it like help like new users to like to start learning Solidity versus just jumping into Claude and then just like asking it to prompt and then just go right ahead, for example, yeah, for someone who is quite new.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll share my screen again.
Yeah.
Okay. So over here, let's see. We go to, well, actually, I'll go here, and either you can like start asking the Remix AI questions
Mm.
about Web3, um, which is straight from that prompt on the from this one,
Mm.
um, and I don't know, like I, yeah, I mean, I'm not. It's not going to be that interesting to to
Yeah.
see like what it's going to return here. But you can also there's a tutorial plugin here called Learneth, and just for the sake of the screen, I'm just going to go to it. I just want to get like a different. I just want to get rid of the home tab here. I guess I could have just
Mm.
um, pressed something else. But anyway, so I'm in Learneth, and you could select beginner tutorials. So it's going to
Oh,
filter on beginner tutorials. There's some video intros to Remix here. Like you can, wait a minute, hold on. That's kind of like basic intro to Remix. Ah, why did it do that? Um, and you can, let's say, go back to tutorial list. There's a good Solidity course here. There's actually a couple of Solidity courses. This one is by uh, one is by Decade, and they're taking the examples from Solidity by example. So you can kind of get a sense of how Solidity works. And but there's also there's one by Solidity Fundamentals by WTF Academy. I don't know, do you know them? Anyway, they have this huge repo of tutorials, and uh, we we adapted them for Remix.
oh, that's cool.
And so there are a lot of security ones here as well. Here, like that they did, or that AA did. So anyway, so it's kind of cool amount of, these are just security tutorials. So like it kind of, and let's see, there's the other part is, well, of course, things like learning CIRCOM and Noir. So there's this CIRCOM tutorial. We have some CIRCOM, a CIRCOM compiler and a Noir compiler. So it just means that it's easier to start playing around with zero knowledge circuits. Maybe that's not for like beginners,
Mm-mm.
but you know, like for checking out how to play with CIRCOM or Noir, it's a good place to start these tutorials. Okay, I think
Oh, that's
that's.
quite cool. Wow, I see. Wow, that's so many. Cool.
And also there's one other one. It's a little bit hidden these days, but back over in Remix, if you go to the it's called the guide. So there's a lot of videos here, and um, like the basic workflows. It opens it up like that. Um, and there's also ones from Solidity by example.
Oh.
So there's actually some kind of complicated ones, like the storage ones are really interesting. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show.
Mm. Cool, cool, cool. How easy it is to plug in all these AI models? Just curious.
Well, I mean, at the beginning, been a process because I think we started about 2 years ago with getting the AI models in, and um, and I guess the other part of the whole story of like why we're doing this is that like we were a Ethereum Foundation project for like 9 years until last July, and now
Oh,
we're out, and so we have these better models, but we're going to be starting to make a subscription based on subscriptions because the AI isn't cheap.
oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, but so like there's going to be always some part of Remix that's going to be free, like basic part is Remix, but some of the AI models probably will cost, but it's essentially going to be like what it costs to we're not overcharged, we're not putting a surcharge on top
Yeah,
of the compute.
yeah, that's true.
So like it was at the beginning, there was like which models work with Web3 and which models work with Solidity, and and doing a lot of like the RAG, which was the precursor to MCP, like to augment the what gets returned with more Web3 specific stuff. But the models just kept getting better and better.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, we're still doing some amount of augmentation, but so there's a certain amount of tuning and figuring out which ones work well.
Oh, I see, I see. Cool, cool. I think that's all my questions. Just a final call to the floor. If anyone have any more questions. Yeah, if not, thank you for your time, Rob. It's been a pleasure. I think I learned a new thing today. Now I'm going to stop the